What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Kreative. Go ahead, say it with me. We are back at it again to do what? To create something great. Now, I'm not going to hold you. I'm super excited what I have planned for y'all today. We're going to be breaking down some of our option algo bots. And the first one that we're going to be doing is ADX Baby. Now, ADX Baby is an option algo bot that trades 0 DTE options. Right, these are option contracts that expire the same day, and this bot trades QQQ. Now, QQQ is the top 100 tech companies within the NASDAQ. Now, throughout this video, what we're going to be doing is breaking down this bot strategy, being able to actually run a back test, and maybe even taking a look at some of the bot's trades today. So if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button. So as we stated before, this bot does trade ADX, and ADX is going to let us know, this is going to let us know the trend strength, right? So ADX, that is going to be greater than 22. That's what this bot is looking for. This bot is also going to be using EMA. So EMA is going to be the exponential moving average. Now, it's using EMA a little different, right? So what it's doing, let me just explain it here. So what it's doing is we're using a stack EMA. So we're using the EMA 2. So that means the last 2 minutes, the last 3 minutes, and the last 5 minutes. Where did I got this sequence from? It's low key, a little bit of Fibonacci, but also just being able to backtest and just going through a different other periods. And I found that this is the optimal one. And we're also looking at the ATR gate. Now, the ATR is going to let us know if this trend has volatility, right? So we want to be able to make sure that we have a trend, right? That the market is heading in the direction that we want, right? Whether it be bearish or bullish, it actually has some legs, right? And it is on the verge of being a breakout, right? So what we're looking for, just to break this down, how do I take a trade? Step one, we're going to look at the ADX strength, right? So ADX is going to be 5, meaning that we're looking at the last 5 minutes, and ADX must be greater than 22, and the trend has muscle. So ADX answers the question, is this a trend, not up or down, right? Low ADX is chop. ADX Baby does not trade the chop. So think of it like you only surf when the wave has enough power. ADX is the wave height meter. The next thing we're going to be looking at is the EMA stack. For calls, we're going to be bearish on the market. We're thinking that bullish on the market, calls were bullish on the market, and we're thinking that the market is going to go up. So our EMA stack that we're looking at, and EMA, remember, is the exponential moving average. We're looking at 2, 3, and 5, right? That the 2 is greater than the 3, that is greater than the 5. This is a price structure for a bullish signal. We're thinking that the market is going to go up. And when it's less 2, 3 is less, right? This is a price structure for a bearish structure. We're thinking that the market is going to go down, right? So think of it like this. There's 3 routers in a row. Short, mid, and slow must agree. That is our trend compass. And the next thing we're looking for is going to be our volatility gate, right? And ATR controls that. And we're using ATR with a period of 3. And we also have a simple moving average with inside there, right? And that SMA, which is simple moving average, is going to be a period of 2, right? So it's volatility expanding. So fire. So think of it like this. We want the stove turned on before you cook. ATR proves that the market is actually moving. And then our breakout trigger is going to be the call closes greater than the prior bar, right? That's going to be a high. And then the inverse for a put. So the market go candle stack plus ADX sets the table, and the breakout is the moment that proves the follow through. So think of it like this. The trend opens the door, and the breakout is us actually stepping through it. And here's our VIX filters. VIX is going to be the volatility index, allows us to be able to gauge how volatile the market is. And we also have a signal strength, right? We're looking for the actual signal to be greater than or equal to 0.28. The fast EMAs are twitchy. This is the score that the bouncer throws weak setups out of the club. We have all 3, and that's how we actually get a trade. And this is what we're using in order to determine the signal strength, right? We're using the ADX depth, the ATR expansion, EMA spread, the breakout size, open range breakout confluence, right? And then the DI of the alignment. So here's our exit rules for the strategy, and we're going to exit whichever one of these happens first. So we have a trail. What that means is that as soon as we're up 11% on this on an open position, we're going to activate our trail, which is going to be the trailing stop loss, and we're going to follow 4% behind it. Right, so we're up 11%. We're going to follow 4 behind it. So if at any point in time we get to 7%, we're going to lock in our profits, because guess what? You don't go broke doing taking a profit. If we're up 15%, we're going to head and lock in our profit. And we also have a stop or a soft stop loss, which is 12%, and our ATR-based stop loss. Again, ATR allows us to be able to see if there's really move in the market. And here's our option criteria and the multi-scoring factor. And here's our reference card that I wanted to get to in order to see that call and put setup, right? Again, what we're looking for is the trend strength, not direction, because ADX measures the trend strength, not direction. In order to get direction, we're using our EMA stack that has a bit of Fibonacci sequence in it. This is our bullish stack, and we're also using ATR in order to figure out, is volatility expanding. Then we're going to have our breakout trigger, then our session plus regime, and then our quality gate, right? So this is everything that we have in order to actually take a signal. Now let's actually look at some signals that we're populating today for ADX, right? So what I'm looking at right now is the 1 minute chart, and this 1 minute chart is of QQQ. And at 9:51, right, we had all of these items converge. So let's talk about it a bit. So you see this blue line here. This blue line is going to represent the EMA 2. And then this purple line is going to represent the EMA 3. And then this orange line is going to represent the EMA 5. So you see the EMA stacks, right? How they're all on top of each other, right? As soon as we seen that, we got into a call signal, right? So that call signal, and we also see ADX was 36. For our ADX, as you can see here, we're looking for it to be greater than 22. So ADX being 36, all right, Gucci, let's slide, right? What also converged is that we had volatility going in our way, and we also had a call set up here. So we're able to get into this position and ride it for a nice little profit. So what I want to do before we end this video is let's go ahead and run our back test. What is a back test? A back test is being able to take your strategy, drop it off in a time machine, and make sure that it works for an underlying period. Now, the school of thought is that if your back test, if it works in the past, then there's a high likelihood that it'll work in the future, right? So what I want to do is go ahead and run this back test so we can see. And while I'm running the back test, I'm not going to hold you. I was supposed to have a calendar out. Let me just go ahead and grab my calendar real quick. Matter of fact, it's fine. Let me just run the back test and just have our back test, and we'll slide with that. So I don't want to make this video too long, and I'm hoping at the end of this video, you'll be able to understand what ADX Baby does, how it trades, and a little bit more look at to what this strategy is, right? So here's our back test. We ran it on 2024. So as you can see here, it got a little bit ridiculous. I'm not going to hold you, right? When momentum is going well, it went extremely well. So all of our back tests, unless I tell you otherwise, is going to start with $100. So this strategy was able to go from $100 to $185,898.77. Kind of dumb. And at one point in time, the strategy lost $1,600, right? But it felt so bad, right, that it's making $22 for every loss. This strategy has an 85% win rate, so almost 8 out of every 10. The average winner is about $903. The average loser is $236, right? And we're looking at our average ROI of 17.5%. So we had 117 call trades, 139 put trades, and here's our exit reasons. And as you can see, our average entry at average ADX at entry was 44. So the market was super trending, and this is our ADX threshold was 22. So if you want more videos like this, I need you to go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button. It is your boy Kreative. I'll be back at it again with another episode.